Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is Saturday. It is August 5th. I know I said I wasn't going to do any recording today, that I was going to take today off. There's been a slight change in the weather, and there are a few things that I forgot to mention on the videos, and we're going to touch... Oh, that's ripping. We're going to touch base on a lot of different things today. So let's get started. The first thing that I forgot to mention, and it didn't even cross my mind until I thought long and hard about it earlier this morning, is I forgot to tell you guys, if you're new to canning, don't necessarily follow the processing time that I used. That's only if you live in altitudes that are below 1,000 feet. So if you are 1,000 feet above sea level, or even higher, if you live in the Colorado area, you're going to be much higher than I am in Illinois. You're going to need to adjust your processing time of your jars. So always make sure to consult with Ball, and it's B-A-L-L, brand pickles or canning, whatever your jars are. Look at the manufacturer's processing time on their website, or it should be listed in directions. Usually for every 1,000 feet you need to increase the time by so many minutes, and it could be a lot longer. You could have to process your jars a lot longer than what I did. So keep that in mind when you're canning. Okay, so we have some things that we're going to do. I had recorded a little bit of a segment yesterday, but then I deleted it this morning because I had the days mixed up in it. So, unfortunately, today was supposed to be a clear day, and tomorrow was supposed to be when we got the severe storms. Well, another low front kind of formed yesterday, so we're getting some rain today. We're still going to get the severe storms tomorrow, but they're now going to happen tomorrow evening going into the nightfall, and most of Sunday is supposed to be clear. Can't really see out my door because of the way I have the camera, but it has been raining off and on today. So I'm going to postpone doing the dill pickles until tomorrow, because I actually need to go into the garden and I actually need to cut the dill. Now, we're going to do two types of pickles tomorrow. We're going to do my great-grandmother's dill pickle recipe, and this is very, very old. This is what my grandmother wrote down, and I'm going to kind of get in close. That's what you're going to need. We're going to go through the recipe for this, and I'm going to tell you how to do my great-grandmother's dill pickle recipe. And it takes 4 days before you're able to eat the dill pickles. So we're going to do that. We're also going to do Ball, and I'm going to move you guys down so you can see my computer. Hopefully, oops. I'm going to try to get you guys down. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sorry, you guys are shaking a little bit. It's the way I have the tripod, unfortunately. We're going to use the Ball version of the bread and butter pickles. But we're going to do it a little bit different, because the Ball ingredients for the bread and butter pickles doesn't have any onion in it. We're going to chop and put onion in there. And that's okay. That's not going to really change the recipe too much. So, that's going to be done probably. We're going to do that. I'm going to film that today and do the dill pickles tomorrow, because, like I said, I can't get the dill right now because of the rain. Now, I'm excited to do this because I've never filmed this one. This is going to be a brand new series with the pickles. I have made the pickles before. I've never made the bread and butter pickles, so that'll be new. Monday, I decided, because we are supposed to get rain and then it's going to gradually clear Monday, I decided I was going to make my great-grandmother's potato salad. And my great-grandmother's potato salad is amazing. It's wonderful to take with you guys if you go to barbecues, if you are doing a big party, if you're doing a summer get-together. It's a great addition to your barbecue plan. Now, this recipe does make a lot of potato salad. This recipe that she made uses 5 pounds of potatoes. And I have actually learned how to cut this in half. So, we're going to do it in half. We're going to start the potato salad on Monday and finish it on Tuesday. And that means we're going to get all of the ingredients chopped and we're going to cook the potatoes. I will give you step-by-step instructions on Monday on how to do my great-grandmother's potato salad. It's a definite must-try recipe because I know I get a lot of compliments every time I make it for people. They're always like, oh, your potato salad is delicious. And it usually goes really quickly. So we're going to be doing that on Monday. Tuesday, we're going to be doing some porterhouse steaks. I may film that because I don't think we have porterhouse. There may already be a video, but who doesn't love a good steak? And I'm going to tell you some things about seasonings if you haven't already watched every video I've posted in the cooking series, which I started the cooking channel in January. So we're now in August. So there are a lot of videos to go through in regards to steak, but I'm trying hard not to duplicate a video that's already been posted by me. Third, I want to thank all of my new members that just joined. I had a ton of you that joined within the last 3 days, and I'm thrilled to welcome all of you guys to my kitchen. It's just amazing how fast my channel now is blossoming. I'm almost up to 123 subscribers, and that's just mind-boggling because the other day I was holding firm at 81. So I have almost 40 new members that joined within the last several days. So welcome to all of you guys to my kitchen. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I know some of my newcomers have already left me comments. Some of my old-time viewers have left comments. I reply to everybody. We'll address any issues you guys have within cooking. If you guys, again, and I've said this long time ago in videos, and every now and then I bring it back up, is if you guys aren't the greatest cooks, or if you guys are now masters of cooking and have recipes that you are struggling with when you make them, or you're afraid to make a recipe because you don't know how to make a recipe, leave those comments down below because I will gladly answer all of those questions and help you through. Not every person was meant to be a chef or wants to cook. We have to basically eat to stay alive, and some are better than others. I was blessed because growing up, I knew my mother's parents, well, my mother's mother, my mother's dad didn't cook at all, except when it came to maybe grilling a steak. That was about his knowledge. He knew how to open a can of soup and heat that on the stove, but that's basically what he contributed to meals. But I also grew up with my mother's grandmother, which would have been my great-grandmother. And I was blessed that I learned how to cook from those two women. And then there are some things that I am really good at and some things that I am really bad at. And we'll get into those later on. So, saying that, thank you guys so much. Like I said, we've got some phenomenal cooks coming up. We're going to be doing the yeast dumplings, and hopefully I can do them sometime next week. If not, they'll be done the following week. It all depends on if I can find yeast. I don't know about where you guys live, in the areas you guys live, but here in Illinois, things just are not coming into the grocery store. And I talked to one of the managers at my local grocery store about fresh yeast, and he said he's ordered it twice and they're just not sending it. So what that basically means for me is some of my recipes that require yeast, I'm either going to have to switch to an active dry yeast, or I'm going to have to try to see if I can find the fresh yeast elsewhere. So we're going to do those things. I am going to be doing a brisket relatively soon. I don't have that out yet to defrost. They're all sitting in my freezer right now. We're going to do one brisket, and I will let you know right now that the brisket weighs 15 pounds. So it's really not meant for two people. I should have cut it. I should have separated the point from the flat. Once I take it out of the freezer, I will show you guys what I'm talking about. If you've never done a brisket, that's a long cook. That takes over 18 hours to smoke on the big green egg. So we'll be doing that soon. I know I have a wonderful viewer that wants the goulash. I am going to do that. I was going to do that this month, but because I don't have the dumplings for it, that might be pushed a little bit into September. Bear with me. It is actually a very interesting recipe because it uses the Instant Pot. And I know a lot of you guys have the Instant Pot. There are videos of me using the Instant Pot with the beef stroganoff series. Go back through my videos. You'll see the beef stroganoff video. We're going to do that. I will have a gardening video probably coming up sometime midweek next week, because I do have some things that are definitely starting to get ready in the garden, and my cucumbers are getting much better. So those are things that are coming up. I know I'm being long-winded for this one, and I will get into the cooking video fairly soon. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Like I said, we're going to do the bread and butter pickles today. I'm going to do the dill pickles. I'm going to film that series on Sunday. And then Monday, we're going to do my great-grandmother's potato salad. So stay tuned for that. Now, I do want to address one thing, and I have a viewer that mentioned about my zooming in and out and how streamlined my videos are. I'm a novice when it comes to editing videos. I edit on my MacBook Pro through the iMovie software. I don't have the professional version of software to edit videos, and I don't think at my age I would go into that route. I am going to take a couple of Apple classes down the line to kind of learn and see if I want to spend the almost $300 for the software I would need to professionally edit my videos. Camera-wise, if you're wondering what camera I use, and I know I've talked about this in past videos, you'd have to go back almost to the beginning of all of my videos about what video I use. Right now, you guys are being recorded on my iPhone 12 Plus. And I've been using that I've been using that all along since January. There are a couple of videos that were done on a GoPro. And the reason I don't use the GoPro is the GoPro was very, very hard to use on iOS software. It was designed more for Windows versus the iOS. And I'm going to pick this up in a second because my clock is about to beep and this video is already at 14 minutes. So I'm going to stop the video for a quick second. I'll be back once the clock plays and we'll get into the bread and butter recipe, and I'll explain about the camera in a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Clock played a melody that's copyrighted, so I had to stop the video. If you're new to my channel, the reason why I stop recording every hour on the hour, if I'm filming a cooking segment and I say, you know, I'll be right back, I need to stop the video, it's because my clock does play a melody that is copyrighted, and I cannot break a copyright infringement. So, what I was talking about is what I record on. That's where the video stops, so let's get back into that. I'm using my Apple iPhone for recording. And if you guys have your own channels, let me know what you record on. I run iOS software, which I said in the earlier video, and the biggest problem for me is, one, the length of time my videos usually are. As if you couldn't tell, they are kind of long. I am long-winded. I am sorry about that. That's what happened. Some cameras are not compatible with the iOS software. They like to be done on the Windows operating system, and since I only run iOS software, it makes it a lot harder for me to record or get a camera that won't streamline with the MacBook or the iOS software. That's one reason why I did have a GoPro, and the GoPro was not a good fit at all for me because of the fact I was having problems editing my software. I am looking at cameras right now. They're hard to find around me. My local Best Buy has been out of cameras for at least the last 4 months. And the manager there, when I bought my laptop, I said, are you getting any of the cameras in? And she said, they're all back ordered. She said they're waiting for parts and the shipments are just not coming. So leave me a comment down below if you run your own YouTube channel, what you use to record your videos on, because I would be interested to see what else is out there. A lot of the professional vlogging cameras are very, very expensive, and they're expensive where they're in the hundreds of dollars, and they can go well into the thousands. And right now I'm not, because I shelled out the money for my MacBook Pro laptop. Right now, money is a little bit tight where I want to pay that off before I start paying for a expensive vlogging camera. But I am looking for new cameras. So anyway, I'm going to stop the video right now because we're at 18 minutes right now. I'm going to pick it right back up, and we're going to get to the bread and butter pickle recipe, which we're going to do today. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned.